Welcome to the Piece of Me podcast, the place to find different ways to bring enjoyment, simplicity, happiness, and of course, more peace into your life. Life gets busy, noisy, and at times it's messy. I'm here to help you clean things up and put peace back in its place. Each episode, I'll share tips, ideas, and fresh perspectives to help you live your best life. Hi friends, it's Leigh. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back. I'm always so glad that you're here. And we're going to talk today in this episode about 10 tips for a healthy Instagram. And if you're already hearing that and thinking, how do the words healthy and Instagram go together? Well, they can. There are ways to tweak things so that what you're looking at in your social media is actually something that you enjoy and not something that drains you or makes you feel any type of way. So I'm going to give you 10 tips that will hopefully help you in making your social media something that you look forward to and not something that you walk away from and again, are feeling some kind of way about. So one of the thoughts I had with Instagram or any social media, honestly, it could be anything that you're spending a lot of time on that has some type of, interaction with other people is, to me, Instagram is almost like a closet. Like think of having this giant closet that's filled with stuff. It's filled with shoes and belts, coats and shirts and pants and, maybe seasonal clothes, just a bunch of stuff. And everything is all over the place. Some things are on hangers, some things are on the floor, some things you wear, some things you don't. Now, the reason I say this is to kind of like give you this picture of like, that's what social media can be, where some of the stuff you like and you wear it all the time, meaning the accounts that you visit or that you actually get enjoyment from, versus, the clothes that you still have hanging, but you probably haven't worn them in a really long time. Or maybe, you're saving them for, when you lose those 10 pounds or something like that. I think we all have clothes like that, the one day clothes, or maybe I'm the only one. But when you think about, your social media, you have accounts too that, they're really not bringing you any enjoyment, but they're still there. They're still in your feed. You're still following those accounts, but you're not really getting anything out of them. So thinking about a closet, that's kind of how I took this approach. Let's kind of mentally clean up the closet. Let's get some of the stuff that's in there, some of the stuff that you use, some of the stuff that you don't, the stuff that fits you well. The rest of this stuff is taking up space. How can we make your social media feed just feel less overwhelming? And just by organizing your feed is like organizing a closet. It'll free up space and it can just simplify your routine in your day. And at the end of all of this whole closet clean out, as I'm kind of referring to it as, what's left is the stuff that you have chosen that will stay, the stuff that's going to stay in your closet. And what is left is the stuff that makes you feel good and looks good on you, right? So it's stuff that's reflective of who you are, your interests, and where you want to spend your time. All right, so let's get started. 10 tips, not in any particular order, although the first 2 tips kind of coincide with each other because they probably take the most amount of time, but they don't take a lot of time. So don't let that discourage you. All right, first tip is go through the accounts that you follow and unfollow any of those accounts that don't align with you anymore. So really just going to where those accounts that you follow and just take some time to go one by one and decide, do I want to follow this account anymore? Am I really getting anything out of it? Tip number 2, find fresh inspiration from the accounts that you do like by going to the followers on those accounts to see similar pages. So for example, if there is a page that you do like, see who they follow. And you might find similar pages to the ones you already do like to find other ones. So just getting more fresh content, but it's in line with what you already like. All right. And just another thought on that too. It could be like a new hobby for you. Animal feeds. I love like the dodo, all those, the silly stuff with animals. I love animal rescues, things like that. Funny videos, recipe ideas, self-development, book suggestions, kid-friendly things, anything along those lines. If there's stuff that you want to get a little bit more of, look at the pages you're already looking at and you'll find similar content in accounts that are similar to those. All right. Tip number 3. Go through those that are following you. It's okay to scrub these. So remove anyone who is following you who doesn't belong there. And don't stress about this because chances are it will take these people a long time, if ever, to really even notice that they're not there anymore. So this is your feed. You can make it the way you'd like. So scrub through who's following you and remove the ones that shouldn't be there. Okay, tip number 4, clean up your own feed. Look through your old posts and decide what stays and what goes. Some of these posts we've made years ago, and although they're memories, we might want to keep some of them, but other ones might just be like cringeworthy reminders that, we could kind of do without or just don't even reflect who we are anymore because maybe we've changed so much. So it's okay to go through what you've put up and take down what just doesn't fit anymore. Okay, number 5. This is simple. Delete any exes. If you had a relationship with somebody and they're still following you or you're following them or both, no, time to go. Number 6, be wary of any spam and scam accounts. I've noticed lately a lot of accounts will request to follow you, but if you look really quickly, they look like an account. But if you look a little bit further in their feed, you'll notice that they only have like 1 or 2 posts or maybe even a couple posts, but they were all made within like the last couple days. Those are usually like some red flag kind of accounts. So just take a moment before you hit the accept button to just see who is it that wants to follow you, because this could be a safety thing too. Just be careful. Number 7, untag yourself in anything that you'd like to. A lot of times we get just tagged in things automatically. It could be through businesses. A lot of gyms or fitness facilities will automatically tag you if you're part of the membership there. Sometimes even like if they're having a promotion or if there's a fundraiser, you just get automatically tagged. Or even with friends, they might just tag you. And it's okay if you just want to go in there and untag yourself. Totally okay. All right. So we're moving through this pretty quickly. Number 8. If social media sucks you in like it does the most of us, limit how long you're scrolling. Maybe you set kind of a time frame for yourself, and maybe it's no social before lunch. Let yourself have your morning, get things done you need to get done, whether it's with family and kids or getting to work and getting your work stuff done or getting school stuff done. And then just saying, let me have that time to do the things I have to do. And then when I'm done with that and I've got my day, pretty situated, then I'll look at the social media. Or even saying, you know what, I'm not going to look at anything social after maybe 7 o'clock or after dinner, and kind of give yourself that cutoff. Another way to do it is really putting a hard stop on scrolling by setting a time limit. Maybe just over the day, if you're saying, I don't want to spend more than an hour a day looking at feeds, because as we all know, we can find ourselves scrolling, and then before you know it, you look at the clock and how much time has passed, right? Okay, now this next tip, number 9, kind of goes along with the one I just said from number 8, but this one's kind of going a little bit further that might help you to really limit your consumption, is deleting the app off of your phone or off of your tablet. Now, you don't have to delete the account or close it or anything like that, but maybe like during the work week or during your school week, maybe a Monday through Friday, you just delete the app off your phone. Again, not the account, just the app, so that it's not there to tempt you. And maybe you just say, you know what, I'm going to scroll on the S's. I'm going to scroll on the S's, meaning Saturday and Sunday, I can scroll away. And during the work week or the school week or the family week, I am focused on that and not the social stuff. Okay, and then number 10, this is my last tip, is to update your settings on your social media. So it may be a lot of time has passed since you last went through to check like your Facebook status settings, who can post on your timeline, who can see what you have on your timeline, see who your friends lists are, things like that. Same thing with Instagram. You can have a public account or a private account. There's different setting and privacy setting options within there too. So if it's been a while, if it's even been a few months, you might want to go through there and update your settings. So maybe you've had children and you no longer want to share, private family moments with anyone outside of friends and family. Maybe you're graduating college and you don't want, the fun times that you had to be seen by a future employer. You could be going through a divorce or a difficult time. And again, is your page public? Maybe now is the time to set it to private. And not only just that, but maybe you also shut off those automatic tags that people are kind of tagging your profile in. Another option you could do here with settings is turning your comments off. So if you do decide, if you have found yourself where you're just automatically engaging in conversation, whether it's with strangers or it's with friends over things that you post, and even though you might like that, it's taking a lot of your time to go back and forth in the comment section. Maybe when you post, whether it's a reel or a regular, a story, whatever it might be, just a post, you turn the comments off. So that's not even an option, so that only people can like it if they wish to. All right, so that was 10. That was tip number 10. So 10 different ways to just make the feed healthier for you. And, just to think about this too, just because you're spending time on an account, let's say Instagram, on the feed, just because you're spending time on that feed doesn't mean that you like it necessarily. It could still be an unhealthy pattern. You could just be looking because you're curious, or are you really gaining something positive from it? And remember that what you're looking at is not real. And I say that, because the word real obviously is very popular on Instagram. So reels, stories, posts, remember that these are snippets and moments in time. You're actually seeing content that people have chosen to publish. They have chosen to put this out there. It's edited content. So you're not always getting the whole picture. And now that we've kind of gone through those 10 tips, take what will work for you. Maybe you're doing some of these already. Maybe you have a couple other ideas and you'd like to share those in the comments below on this episode. I would love to hear what you're doing, but some hopefully will give you an idea as to what you can do just to make your feed feel healthier for you. Now, I do have another episode a few back that talks about, if you need a digital detox and when is that maybe time for you. So you can certainly check out that episode. And I'll just recap by saying, I mentioned this whole closet idea in the beginning, that you have this closet that's full of stuff. It's kind of a mess, and you use some of the stuff and some of the stuff you don't. So again, thinking about your Instagram feed or your social media feed like a closet, once you have taken the time to, clean up the accounts, follow the accounts that you actually want to follow, remove people, change privacy settings, etc., now your online closet is cleaned up, right? And now just the things that make you feel good are left. So hopefully your social experience should feel a little bit lighter and a little bit healthier. So that's all for this one. I always appreciate you joining me, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Thanks again for joining me today. If this episode has helped you or can help someone you know, please share it with them. Stay safe, and we'll chat again soon.